Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be reviewing this 1800 PSI GreenWorks electric pressure washer, and we're going to be showing you how to use it on the cars. It's great for driveways. Washing the cars is what we use it in specific for, but you can use it for anything you'd like. And it's got some great little features and things like that to help you make your car washing experience a little bit easier. And it's not too much work. It's really easy to use and gets us a good clean car. Alright, so first things first, we're going to show you guys how to set this pressure washer up. It's relatively simple and it only takes a few steps, but we'll give you a few little tips and tricks here that we kind of learned along as using it that would become beneficial to getting it going. Stuff that you can learn from our mistakes from. So here we're going to show you how to do it.
So you want to take the hose and plug it up to the input where it goes into. And make sure your engine is in the off position, that way it doesn't turn on. And you definitely don't want it to run when the water is off. Alright, so we got that tight. Now we're going to connect the pressure washer hose to the back here. Want to make sure it goes in nice and tight.
Show you guys what that looks like.
And it's giving us a little trouble here because it's so tight. Make sure we don't over thread it. Cross thread. There we go.
Sometimes it takes a little motivation to get it on, we'll put it that way.
Motivation, yeah. Alright, make sure that's tight. Now, we're going to hook up the nozzle itself. This one's a little tricky too. Alright. Now what you want to do is you want to turn your water on and run your water out of your nozzle here. That way there's no air inside the lines, and then once that's done, we'll turn it on.
Alright, so like we were saying, you want to try to run the pressure washer without it actually being on to get all the air out of the lines before you start it. That can just end bad if you don't do that, so yeah, you kind of want to do that.
All that air is out. Let it pressurize itself. And we're good to go.
One of the little features that I think we liked in specific about this pressure washer, which I'm pretty sure most pressure washers come with, is it gives you the different nozzle options for different angles of the water pressure that you like to use. And we typically tend to go with the 40-degree angle just because you don't want too much pressure on the car paint, just so you don't harm it or make any chips in the paint. But it's really good for getting, you know, some of those small bugs and some of the harder stuff off of it. You could use a regular hose, but we just like to use it because it kind of gets, you know, a little bit of the dirt off without having to put a whole lot of effort in it. It kind of takes that effort off of that physical part of, you know, having to get down and really scrub some of those hard to get bugs and tar off of the front bumper. And I mean, it works really good with getting brake dust off of wheels because, as you can see, these wheels are covered. We really just kind of go over it, nothing crazy. Use a little soap. We actually have what we're going to be showing you guys. We have a soap cannon, which we really like, and it's not expensive. Anybody can afford it, and you know, it just makes everything that we're doing here a little bit easier on us, and really makes for a clean car when we're all done. So here we're going to start off with, like we said, using that 40-degree angle, and we're just going to kind of rinse the car, get any of that loose dirt off that we can, and before we hit it with the soap, and he's going to show you how it's done. 90-degree angle nozzle, or any nozzle as a matter of fact, you don't want to get too close to the paint just because you risk chipping the paint. If there was any kind of rock chip or any spot on there that was already kind of damaged, you will make it much worse. So you just want to keep a good distance. Usually, I mean, you can use your best judgment with it. If you got a little bit of a spot that's hard to get, you can get close to it, but just try to avoid getting close as much as you possibly can, just so you don't have that risk of damaging anything. But typically it tends to do a pretty good job, and you very seldom will see any kind of spots or hurt anything on the car itself. They're pretty tough. All right, so one of the main tools that we like to use here is a foam cannon, and we actually just picked this one off of Amazon. It wasn't very expensive, and it works really great. We've been using it for quite some time, and it covers the car in plenty of soap. And Brian here is going to show you a little bit more about it and talk you through it and kind of how to use it and what we like to use just for doing our cars in specific, but you can adjust it any way you'd like to meet your needs, and he's going to talk to you a little bit more on how to use it here.
So this nozzle here, it opens and closes the amount of soap that's being let out. This is the nozzle that allows the soap to be picked up out of the bottle, which is a 1,000 milliliter. So you can fit a pretty decent size of soap in here. And then it also has a universal fit for all of your hose and guns for the power wash itself. So it's pretty simple. You just unscrew it. It's got this tube here to pick up the soap when it's dispensing the water. I always like to clean these as soon as you're done. That way it doesn't gunk up and it doesn't ruin it. Yeah, so this will be in the description in case you want to pick yourself one up from Amazon. There are expensive ones out there, but we felt like this one was proven itself from a bunch of people and it wasn't that expensive.
All right, so if you get yourself one of these foam cannons, what we like to use is, there's no specific brand. I mean, you can use any brand that you like, but we like to use a snow foam auto wash here, specifically by Chemical Guys, and it works really great for covering the car in soap.
So normally if we're just washing one car, we'll just go up to the first line here. If we're doing two cars, we might go up to the second line there. The rest is going to get filled up with some water, and that way it kind of concentrates itself, and then go from there.
After you finish filling up your bottle with the soap, you want to fill up the rest of it with water all the way to the top so it concentrates it, or else you're not going to have a fun time. You'll just be going through a lot of soap. So we like to fill it all the way to the top with the water before we hook it up.
Alright, so now we're going to connect the foam cannon to the power wash handle. That way we got it all set up and we're ready to go. Alright, so now we got our bucket, we got water, we got soap. The soap doesn't have to be exactly what's in the foam cannon. We don't like to waste that much soap with the bucket. So we just got some regular soap in there. So now I'm gonna wet the sponge and then go over the whole car. That way we got it all scrubbed down, and we'll rinse that, and then we'll catch you guys there.
Can't find a better day for washing the cars here in sunny Florida. It's about 60 degrees, no clouds in sight. Perfect day for washing cars.
Alright, now that we got the car soaked down, we're going to go ahead and knock it off with some water.
Forget about the lies. Forget about the lies. They're keeping you alive. Come be
Like I was saying before, pressure washer does a really good job with getting all that extra dirt and grime off the wheels, but sometimes you still have to go over it with a little bit of elbow grease and get everything else that's left. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do next, knock that out and finish the car up. Didn't take long at all. Alright guys, so we just finished cleaning the car, and overall this is a really great pressure washer. It's inexpensive. I believe it's like $149, and you can use it for almost anything you need. I mean, I'd say if you were going to use it on the driveway, it's probably not the best just because it is a lower PSI, but it will get it done if you need to get some small areas done and stuff like that. But it does a really great job for cleaning the cars, and took us maybe about 5 minutes to set it up and probably about 20 minutes or so to wash the car, so it makes it relatively quick and does a really good job. I don't know if you guys can see in the video, but I mean, without very little physical labor, does a really good job at cleaning it. So it couldn't have worked better for us, and it, you know, it every time we need to use it, it works real good, and yeah, there it is.